So this is a meeting about one. There's only one. There's not. There seems to be two, and it's only one. It seems to be in the whole story of the world and your life. There seems to be all contradictories, like good and bad, and before and after, and living your life in the story. This is saying there is no one. That doesn't mean there's this body mind and there is no one inside, and still that personality is going on. There is no one means it's just empty. There never has been someone, so there's also no choice, no free will. And if there's no one, there's also nothing going on about time, about being responsible. There's just what is. What is everything. There's only everything. There's everything, and in the same time, nothing is happening. This is an appearance. That's something that most people don't talk about. This is an appearance that means that nothing is real. It's only apparently real. Even the body, that's what we are most of the time so sure of, that's always there, is also an appearance. It's there and it's apparently there and it's not. We can talk about that, and this is not about understanding. This has nothing to do with understanding. It can be understood for some pieces, what is said here. There can be some clarity also. But it doesn't need to be like that. That's the joy. Nothing is needed. It's already complete what is. So the way it is, the way the moving happens, the way that sound is happening or speaking, everything is complete already. So there's nothing to look for. There's nothing needing for change. The feeling that there's something wrong, that's the misunderstanding. When there's separation, when there's the brain is sophisticated enough to abstract, there seems to be two. There seems to be there, over there, and there seems to be here. And that develops in the story. And it seems very convincing and very solid also. Everything seems very solid, like events are happening, like circumstances, like the body. Feelings seems to be my feeling, thoughts seems to be my thoughts, and everything is happening to you. That's the most strong feeling or belief, that it's like that. This is saying there is no one, so nothing is happening to you, it's just happening for no reason. And that's even more new, because we are so used to before and after. We are so used to relations, like there's a relation between what happened and what I feel. There's a relation between what's going on there and what's happening next. If they're saying there's no time, there's also no before and after. There's just one. There's only one. And it's always new. It's just new. It's new, and it's new, and it's new. There's nothing before. There's no after. So there's no past, so no future. But it's even in little things like eating a lot of candy and having pain. There's no relationship. There are no relations. That's huge. That can be huge. The freedom is that there's just only one. There's nothing happening. There seems to be happening a lot, and there are a lot of circumstances and things and buildings and bodies going on. But it's just what's happening. There's no reason. There's no why. So there are no answers. This is a meeting without any point. It's just saying what is, and that's it. It has no meaning. It has no importance. There's nothing to reach. That what is happening, is it already? So what is there to reach? And there's no one to do anything to reach. So that next thing is already what's happening, and it's already complete. So there's no hope. There's no need for hope, because that what's happening is not wrong, or is not yet there. It's already complete. It's that unconditional love already. You don't need to look for unconditional love. Unconditional love is everything there is. It's the only thing there is. It can't be not there. It's everything. You can't escape. There's no escape from it. It's everything. So nothing to look for. No homework. It's everything. And trying to find it makes that it seems like there's something not right yet. That isn't wrong. Searching is just searching. So that seems to be different. It seems to be complicated because there's talking in a story and there's no story. It's a paradox. There can be any question. If there are questions in the story about what you did, it doesn't matter. Every question is a good question, or it's just a question. You can, of course, there can be that question. So we can talk about this, and we'll see what happens.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Does change happen? Does anything change?
Yeah, change happens. It seems like change, but it's just new. It's new. It's new, but it seems like change. There's no one doing that. It's just different. Yeah, and new for no reason.
So change is just apparent.
Yeah, that's because we're looking in time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has no point. You can call it, change seems to be important or not, maybe, but nothing has any value. Seems important sometimes.
So then, is there from that point of view, is there a sense? There's no sense of time. So wouldn't the lack of time imply the lack of change?
Yeah, there's living in the story here. There's also living in the story and starting in time and things like that. When there's talking about this, time is not real. It's an abstract making up what is happening.
So then wouldn't change also be not real?
No, it's not. No, it's just this. So that seems to be change because then we compare it with something before that. So there seems to be change that in the story you call it change.
Right.
But it's just new. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. The phrase in the story, I mean, it's said a lot in these types of meetings. If you read a book, it takes time to see a story, for there to be a story, even though it's the book it's all there in front of you. For it to actually be a story, there's a beginning, a middle, and end, which implies time. And so just the phrase "in the story," for there to be a story, doesn't there need to be time to even be aware of a story?
But time is in the story, of course. Yeah, there's apparent time. It's not real, but it seems to be there's time and it's believed in it.
Yeah, but even to be aware of a story, to get the meaning of a story, I mean, like the sentence, even the sentence. So like, I live in the world. That's a story. So there's the word I live in the world. So that took time to say. How it's as if
you can't understand.
No, okay.
When you try to understand that there's no need for time, then that's impossible. I can't explain that there's no time.
No, I get that. I'm focusing on the word of the story. How can there be a story? I'm questioning how can there be a story if there is no time?
But when there's someone, it's very convincing. There's time and before and after, and the whole story is there.
Yeah, but we're still talking as if a story can exist. It's like there's a choice.
It's a dream. It's a dream, but it seems very real when you're in the story. That seems very real, but it's a dream. It's not real.
But it wouldn't be recognized as a story without out time. There would just be like, instead of say, I could make a story and say, I live in the world. Without time, I mean, even to say I, the first word, that takes time as well. I mean, I'm not sure this is a proper question, but it just seems.
But time seems to be something that's real, and there's 2 minutes before and something like that.
Yeah.
And it's so convincing. So it's you can't understand there's no time, and in the same time there's only one. It's just so obvious. So that's talking in two worlds. They don't meet. It's just completely one. It's something else. But the story of me and having time in it, that's so convincing that everything seems about that, about relations, about time is very into that story. It's part of the story.
Yeah, it's just the word story. I'm not sure where I'm getting this across, but I mean, there's another thing as well that I'm a musician, and time is very important, in a piece of music, and keeping time, and so it's not something I want to get rid of. I like.
No, but it's not something you get rid of.
No,
it's just everything just happens. So it's not because of you. That's the strange thing, because it seems so obvious that you do that or you don't do that, or you have to pay attention or things like that. That seems so needed. And it's strange to hear it's not. It's just happening by itself. There's no one doing that.
I get the happening by itself part. It's just the I don't.
It's strange. When there's no time, it's like, no, everything is in time, seems to be.
No, I get that part of the message. Maybe it's not important. About the story.
You don't get rid of it. because then they're starting the meeting at 4 and here it's 4 and
Yeah.
it suddenly happens. Yeah, I don't know how that is possible, but it still does. Maybe not always, of course. But... So it's very convincing time. When there's someone, there's time, and in the story, and yeah, that belongs together.
In a piece of music, without before and after, then that whatever notes are played, they have no meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only in the context of that it has, and then I mean, maybe it's just mysterious. I can't. I have to. If I'm playing something, I have to invest in time and sort of believe in time while it's happening. And I know it is just the sound that's happening at the moment, if you like. Yeah. So it's not like in normal life, if there's a story going on and it may be unhelpful, believing too much in separate things, and I'm here and you there. But in a piece of music, there's no bad thing going on.
There's no one doing it. That's something.
Yes,
there's no one in music. When there's no one, then there's suddenly something like something else. Also, can be like that. Or if there's somebody playing the music, or there's suddenly no one. Can be
yes, I've had lots of. Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a part of this that my question that I don't get, but it probably doesn't matter. I see about no time. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Well, while I'm talking to you, can I bring up something else? Maybe again, it's not a real important thing or not a pressing thing. But I've mentioned before that a friend of mine has suddenly had a stroke recently, and so I've been to visit, and just recently I see that he's not doing very well. He's sort of making things worse, and I was thinking about other people. Sometimes, I mean, people may look at me and say, well, he's messing his own life up. And I may look at someone else and think, well, they're messing their life up and I ought to do something. But this message is that you can't really mess your life up. It's just what happens. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
This is not about success or feeling good. Yeah.
No, but I still, this particular, I'm sure other people may look at me, if there are other people, and say, well, he's messed his life up. But I look at what's happening recently. I'm looking at this friend, and seems to me, is making things worse, and I want to step in and be helpful and all that kind of thing.
But that's the story also. There's seeing someone and seeing like he has a life with something happening, and maybe it's not going well, and there's no one, and there's what's happening. So there's nothing wrong. There can be feelings of whatever feeling, but it's not wrong. It's what happens. It's very neutral, and it can be all kinds of feelings, or for you or for him, but it's not wrong. That's looking at it and seeing like, oh, this is the good way and this is the bad way. There's no good or there's no way of living.
No, but sometimes things, there's practical things that one can do, just maybe small things. I won't go into detail, but there was something that was sort of like a sign that something is really,
Yeah.
Yeah, like something's really not right. And
Yeah, in the brain or some, yeah.
well, no,
Or that,
okay.
yeah, I don't know, but there can be damage, or there can be illness, or there can be
No, it's his
hand not working well.
it's his behavior. It's some of the things that he's
Oh,
unaware of that are making things worse. And
yeah.
uh,
But that can happen.
Yeah.
That's life.
yeah,
And maybe there's a response or not. I don't know. You
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Well, I imagine next time I see him, I will make a response, but that's just an imagining now, isn't
You
it?
don't know.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
know.
I may. Yes, yeah.
It's energetic. How things go. It's just energetic. There can be a lot of thinking before, and then suddenly you're there, and it's completely different.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that with just small things are making a small decision. I'm going to go left,
Yeah.
and then you go right.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems like, oh, I was thinking that, and suddenly it's going like that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, but it's very small and forgotten.
Yeah. Although I find just recently that when that happens and I make a decision and then I do the opposite, or I don't. It doesn't worry me now. It's just I see that as that's how it is.
Yeah.
It's not that I've done something wrong. It's just it's just what happened. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
It's so convincing that we are in control and we are making things happen. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Thanks. Ooh, there's a large message. Hi, Rose. Oh, it's in French, so I have to translate. This message says that there is no hope. But sometimes I have the impression there is. Uh, for for example, in the last Zoom, I had said that there's a killer in this message. So, oh God, that gives me hope. Because that gives me hope as a participant of these Zoom meetings, that killer may kill le moi, the me sometimes. Yeah, I can understand that. That seems like there's a killer and you're very convinced there's somebody there, and then maybe going to these meetings, and then suddenly because of these meetings or because of that killer what's somewhere, it's like finally it happens. Yeah, you can, but hope is part of the story. When there's me, there's always a hope, because there's a feeling of there's something missing. When you feel like there's a me, and this is about having no me anymore, then it's the end. And it isn't heard that there is already no me. So no need to look for no me. It's already there. And you can feel that there's a me, but that's the dream. There is already no me. Maybe I was always like, oh, there's a tension here in the breast, and I think, oh, that's the me. Or there's always and then assuming like, oh, this is the me, or what is the me, and it is an abstraction. So there is no me already. So don't look for no me. It's already that. But then you think, oh, but how it is now, I don't like that. So I'm looking for something that makes it better. That's normally the case. So looking for no me seems like, oh, that's the end of problems, maybe. So there's always, when there's someone, there's always seems looking for something that seems to happen that seems to give hope, like it will be better one day in one way or another. Some people are longing for more money or relations, or now it's enlightenment or no me, can be like that. It's always something else. This message is saying that what is happening, that maybe there can be stress or feeling abstraction, a lot of thoughts. That's it. That is what we are talking about. That is it. There's no need for a change. It's just this. It is a message of hope for a better life. This is not a message about giving clues to maybe understand. You don't need to understand this. Even that is not necessary. It doesn't matter if there's clarity or not clarity. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That what happens is it. When there's waiting, or there's feeling of thinking, oh, this is not right, then there are those thoughts. But it's just life, thoughting. That's it. So there's no hope. That killer, that seems that the whole belief in everything that needs to happen, that's killing that. You could say that in some way. It's the dream. It's a lot. We have so many concepts and beliefs and things about behavior, and it's all on top of that underlying feeling like there's something wrong. There's something not right. I have to fix it. I have to do something, and it's not even always in the thoughts that's about that. It can be so embodied, and an embodied feeling of there's something wrong, and that it's so normal. It's so, yeah, not even thought about it. That's the misunderstanding. There's something wrong. It's so embodied and so normal in the world. It's about what's wrong and how can we fix it. There's nothing wrong. That's amazing. Nothing is wrong. Come on, look at everything. How can we say it's wrong? It's what's happening. And wrong and right is always about me feeling what's happening, what I am feeling. Don't feel good. So that's wrong, something like that. So it's always about when there's someone, there's always trying to feel good, not to feel pain, something in very simple terms. When there's no one, that's not an issue. It's not about feeling good. That what's happening is it. Not it like that, but it's just that what's happening is it. So another one is there's no me already, and I'm still absorbing energies that are in the surrounding. Yeah, that's a story. So when there seems to be thoughts like that, that's the story that makes everything very real and going. That it's a story. It's an abstract thinking about something that you think that's happening. When there's energy, then maybe there's energy, or there's a bit like that, or it's a lot of adrenaline. I don't know the word in English, adrenaline. Then that's what's happening. It's not because of the surroundings. It's the surroundings has nothing to do with what's going on. It's just, there can be certain events and there can be feelings, and it's just one. Nothing has to do with anything. We're not used to that nothing has to do with anything. There are no relations. There's no before, there's no after. Just that feeling. And there's not knowing. There's not knowing. And we think we want to know. We want to know that feels that then we can deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. It's just there.
Yeah, also so there is no good or bad.
Yeah.
But do you think when you are elder that you want to give a good example for your children in your own behavior?
I
No.
can't. I can't. It's not like it's not about choice. We can think about what I wanted to do, and then suddenly, whoop! This is coming. Yeah. I'm not busy with that either, but it's when you are busy with that, and then everything can come up. It's energy, and I don't know how that works. You can't say that. It's going by itself.
Yeah.
There's no
And
choice.
No, and that is by everyone.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And that abstract thinking, like, oh, I have to do that. That's always like this. I have to be in control of my behavior in a certain way because this is good and this is not good. It's endless, and it's gives so much stress about wanting to do the right thing, and it's never good enough, and always things like that. It's exhausting. But when it's so, can be very strong and very convincing, and you know somewhere is, oh, I don't want to do that anymore, and just goes on. It just goes on. It's not about deciding, oh, I can see it's of no use at all, and just go, let it happen, or things like that. And it just goes on. That stress and that, it's energetic. It has nothing to do with a decision or with you. There is already no one. And it's not wrong. Doesn't feel good, maybe.
Yeah,
There can be a feeling, but a lot of times feelings are also with a lot of thoughts together, like, oh, I did it, oh, I feel so like this, and oh, what did I do, and all like that. So that makes it wrong. It seems like it's wrong, that what is happening. It isn't wrong, it is what is. Life isn't interested in you or me or anybody. It's just energy.
Yeah. I'm working on a school, and sometimes I'm struggling with the behavior of the teachers.
Yeah. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
They learn how to manipulate another. Yeah, they learn the children how
That's
to.
looking to the world or to somebody else, and then creating a story like, oh, this is happening over there. You don't know. It's a story that seems maybe very convincing or maybe true or whatever. It's a story about someone. Just that behavior, and then it's already something else, and maybe there's something here, I don't know. It's much more simple. I don't know somebody else, or I don't see somebody there. Just the behavior, maybe. So I don't know what is right or wrong. I don't know. We seem to know what's right or wrong. That can be very convincing. I have the right. Oh, I know what's right. No, you don't have to do that. You should do it in that way. I don't know. I don't know what's right.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's also a relief not knowing what is right.
Hi, Rose.
Hey.
Hi. So when there's no one, can no one get offended anymore?
No, not really. Not
Right.
serious. No.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no psychological stuff going on anymore, I suppose.
Yeah, not really. No, I
No.
can't remember, but no, not really.
Because, okay. Yeah.
Not so serious. It's not serious anymore. It's not like, oh, you say something about me. No, I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't remember. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna happen. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a long
Yeah.
time. Not no.
Yeah. Be such a relief. Such a relief for that to,
Yeah,
there's so
and
much.
it's yeah, it's
Yeah.
something like it's a bit funny when people say something like that. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's something like that.
Yeah, I say it because, you know, someone could say
Yeah.
something days ago
Yeah.
or whatever, and it could stay
Yeah.
in your head for a week.
Ah,
You know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it'd be so nice for that to not happen.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And it's there's nothing to do. It's then when that's going on, that's going on. That's an energetic thing. It can happen still. There can be something, and then suddenly it goes in, and it can be anger or I don't know something.
Yeah.
Can happen. Sure. It's just not that it will never happen.
No, it just doesn't hang on.
So
Mm.
no. Can be sometimes there's something it stays for a moment, like wanting to know that I don't know, some sentences like that, and then it's forgotten. Sometimes it's like that.
Okay. Okay. What about with like intuition? Like if someone, I suppose, if someone would say a threat to you, I suppose, does that just not, you know?
It can be there. There was, but that's
Okay.
maybe a long time ago. There was somebody threatening me in an email, like wanting me dead and something like
Oh
that.
my God.
It was like, oh, there was something like, oh. So that came in for a while. And,
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I was just
maybe in
wondering, like with,
person, it's even more. I don't know.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I was just,
be there,
I
of course.
was just wondering, like, because, you know, with certain people being a threat or a danger to us or something, you know, I was just wondering if that's more, you know, intuition is a real thing, I suppose. Still, you know.
Yeah, but it can be sense. It's everything is energetic. So there can be being with someone, and there can be like a fear or something going on. You don't know why, but it's there. It can be like that. I don't know. That's some
Right.
sensing, some energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
So that can be real still then, or
A real. It's nothing is real, but
no.
there can be sensing something, and then that's that energy. That's the energetic thing that's happened. Just yeah,
Yeah.
it's real and unreal in the same time. That's
Yeah.
strange. It's still crazy. I think it's still crazy. It's there and it's not. And it's there. It's an appearance also, and it's so that's the freedom, but it can be very intense too. It's
Right.
not when it's an apparent feeling. Doesn't mean that it's not that strong, or an intuition, or it can be very strong, and then that well, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I suppose it's just the mind that puts so much meaning to those things, isn't it? Yeah. Makes so much trouble out of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dream, that they're making a story and and gives it importance and all that, and that's the dream. Yeah. And it seems like it's important, like feeling my intuition and then maybe behaving then in the right way when somebody is threatening or things like that. I don't know. I don't know what will happen. Can be. It's energetic. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not about I'm now protected or
No.
in that sense. That there is no. in that sense, there is no, how do you say that, that the not threatening is not threatening anymore. So anything can happen. Still, it's the same. There's no difference.
No.
The only thing that isn't there, that abstracting it and making it something else.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So I suppose, yeah. I suppose like if a decision was going to be made about something, it would just happen. Yeah. Whereas here it would be, you know, thinking for days, oh, what decision should I make about that?
Yeah.
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 A lot of thinking was that, and we are there, and there's happening something else. You were busy all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Yeah. And that's happening all the time. It's so convincing that you have to solve the problem or make it right or things like that.
And there's so much emphasis that gets put on that sometimes nothing gets decided because you can't, you know.
Yeah.
What happens here a lot, you know, there's, should I do this or that? But then there's just a freeze almost, you know.
Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe in fact you don't know. You really don't know. But there's something going on. I have to know. It's very important. You don't know. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Can be threatening also, because then you don't know what's going to happen. And maybe when there's this certain decision, it feels like there's some control in it, or
The other
whatever happens,
yeah,
that's it. That's the unconditional love. A lot of thoughts about trying to convince or that's all those thoughts. It's also that unconditional love. So it doesn't matter if there's a lot of thinking about things, then that's what's happening. That's it too. You don't have to change that. You can't, but that's life.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. We're so sort of indoctrinated into, you know, being able to make choices and know what's right. Yeah. You have
to know the right. You have to do the right thing. The right thing. That's so. Everybody used that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I remember when I was young, my dad would always say to me, "Oh, what are you going to do?" You know, and I'd say, "I don't know." And he used to say, "Who does know?" You know.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Funny.
Nobody wants to say that.
No.
I don't know. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing about knowing or not knowing is now as well that you hear about not knowing. You're trying to know not knowing is something.
Yeah.
Something that I
people say all the time. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's something else. It's not saying,
No.
oh, I don't know. That's something else. It's really not knowing. That's doesn't feel always comfortable.
Right.
I don't know. That feels like a little bit of control too. It's not. And it's not no big deal. Sometimes it seems like a big deal, but it's really not knowing. Yeah, that's feels like something can be like that.
Yeah. So the not knowing is like the emptiness, like. Yeah.
And no escape.
Yeah.
It's it can be everything can happen. There's no protection or safe.
Yeah. I guess that's where a lot of fear can arise in that, because
that can be.
Yeah.
But the fear is just fear. It seems like connected with all those things that we so easily do, like relate it. That fear is just a sensation, happens somewhere. It's not even your sensation of somewhere, you don't even know where. That's everything. And it's immediately called fear, then already there's something about it. And then, what is going on? Like that. It's already something on it. Just that sensation. And it may be more heavy, then it's done. That's it.
Yeah.
It can't be wrong. It can't could be not it.
No. Yeah. I guess that's something again that we're taught, fear is something that's not good,
Yeah.
you need to sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many concepts we don't even know. It's already
Yeah.
embodied. It's behaving like immediately, and there's some thought about it or trying to do something. But that's also energetic. It's life happening that way. It's not that you are behaving in a certain. No, it's
Yeah.
much more simple.
Yeah, it's just spontaneous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Rose. It's Susanna.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So I'm just listening, and I'm also thinking how we, so like there's always reasons that seem to, anything that happens, like we give it a reason, even a feeling, or like fear. Oh, it's because I'm afraid because of, and so I was just thinking, it's maybe also that's trying to know. It's like it's trying to put understanding. Oh, there's tension because tomorrow I'm working, or there's tension because. So there seems like it's always a way to understand everything, right? And as I think you're just talking, is like there is no understand, like nothing's understandable, but it's like it seems it's thought wanting to understand, doesn't thought want to make sense of everything that's happening, so it like it's working to make sense of what's happening.
It's a bit of control, and it feels a bit more safe that you understand it or know where it comes from, and then that's even more, you can be more relaxed. Oh, it's because of that. It's not because there's somebody behind that door. I don't know. It's something, it's so immediately trying to make it safe.
Yeah. So that's one thing. That's another thing that's thought's doing. It's just, making itself safe, right?
That survival system that can be very strong, and that comes in thoughts, or sometimes it's not in thoughts, it's just the body reacts. Can be very strong survival system in all kind, in physical or emotional, or in the thoughts. So embodied.
So we're looking for reasons for things. Reasons why things are happening.
Yeah. You don't know, but it's gives a bit more relaxation, or maybe, I don't know, maybe sometimes it's the other way around. It gives you more stress a lot of times, because it can be like that too.
I'm just thinking, I work with children, and it's funny, sometimes teachers will say, well, if there's a conflict, people will ask the child, oh, why did you do that? And I'm just seeing how ridiculous that is. It's like asking a child why they did, like, who knows? I mean, why does anybody do anything? We don't know why. We just, we're being lived. We're being urged how we're being urged. There is no reason why. Right?
No, there's no why. No, there's no why. So you have to invent something, because otherwise you can't say, I don't know. Maybe you can, but as a child it's difficult.
And I was thinking just in the work world, and I guess in the whole world, it's very kind of vulnerable to say I don't know. Like, we're supposed to know somehow. Like, what do you mean you don't know? We're like, I don't know, it's interesting. We don't leave space for the not knowing. We live in a world where everything's kind of quantifiable, you know, oh, well, you should know, kind of.
Yeah, you can think like that, but it's in the same time it's a story, and it's not real like that.
Yeah.
It's very very tiny and very simple, and there can be a lot of thoughts about how that is going in the world, but that's a dream also. It does, yeah,
Right.
it's much more that when there's only this, it's that sitting on the screen, sitting maybe looking at the
Yeah.
wall. That's it. And we have a lot of thinking about what's going on in the world or with other people or with yourself. It's a dream.
Yeah. The whole thing, or yeah, thinking, is that's a dream, or that, I mean, that seems to be really happening, thinking.
Thinking is it's just apparently happening, but it's not. There's no how do you say? It doesn't mean anything.
Right. It's not
We're
important.
so into what's going on, what the thoughts, and they are really something, and then you have to find the truth or the best way, or it's very complicated.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be very like it has meaning and purpose and content. Just thoughts, just
Yeah. Yeah.
energy.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Hi. So there's no such thing as humanity.
No, in the story, only
No.
in the story. Yeah.
So it isn't like humanity is taking a wrong turn, and we need to have a better way, and all this. There's just no. It hasn't taken a wrong turn or a right turn. There's no humanity.
No.
There's not only no world. There's no humanity.
No.
Yeah.
It's just a word. Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems people have ideas about, taking a wrong turn. Humanity took a wrong turn.
When there's feeling there's someone, and there's the world and humanity, and
Yeah.
the earth. There's underneath is always a feeling there's something wrong.
Yeah.
That's embodied. That's so embodied normal, and we have to make it right. So you see the world, you see what's happening in that light, you say, in that color. From there, you can't see it differently. Also, it seems so obvious. It's wrong. Of course, it's wrong. When you look from there with that, and then the strange thing is that can be lost suddenly somewhere, and it's suddenly like, oh, it's not wrong or right. No, it has nothing to do with that. That's the abstraction also, that when there's separation, you look at yourself, and then suddenly there's a feeling like, oh, it's something wrong. Yeah. It seems like we are related to humanity, or to your parents, or whatever.
So
nothing is wrong.
no. So no humanity, just an itch on my foot, maybe, instead, or raising of my finger, an itch.
Yeah. That's
Something very, 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 very small.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
It's when there's no feeling of there's something wrong, or that's not there. It's not only here there's nothing wrong, there's also meeting someone and there's nothing wrong. There's never something wrong. So that's in the energy also. So can be huge. that's what we long for, that there's no one trying to change something, that it's all right what we do, how we feel, how it's going, that it's all right, that there's nothing wrong with that. That's somewhere there's a deep longing for that it's okay, or something like that. There's no trying to change or anything like that. So that's the longing also. And that's trying to behave in a certain way, so maybe then it's all right. So we think we have to do something to get what we want. And then they're said, no, you don't have to do anything to get what you want. It's already what you want. Oh, that's amazing. It's already complete. How it is, it's stunning. Not only here, but also there, in other persons, or of course.
So you can really say everything is happening without a reason.
Without a reason, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's made up. The reason. Yeah. We think we know. We don't. Knowing is a very important part of the control, feeling in control of your life. So knowing is very important to know and to understand.
Yeah, last Friday I had a online course for my work. So when you don't know, you're going to use a strategy.
To use, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But there is no one, no one who knows.
Yeah, but then there's going to a team or to a course. So what?
Yeah, it's more about using strategies.
Yeah, if they learn new strategy, then there are a lot of strategies that are mentioned. And okay, thank you. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You can know a lot of things, but what happens has nothing to do with that. That's just right. We are so into, like, when we know, we think then it happens like what from where we know. Now, knowing is just knowing, and then what's happened is just, it has nothing to do with it knowing. It's just happening like that. So it can be knowing or not knowing. It doesn't matter. Then there can be, I was saying to a friend, like, oh, I did say that to her. And then she said, no, you should have said that. Oh, I say, okay, yeah, thank you. So what? Yeah. Or you say something else. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's energetic.
Yeah.
And it's everything. It's just what's happening. And it can be a lot of stories and people wanting to learn something, give you something. It can be like that. And then that's what's happening. It's so different and diverse. It's unique what's going on. It's unique. Every single body, mind thing that says it's just unique. So there is a lot of completely different stories and different energies, and that's going, and there is nothing that's the right thing. There's no, we don't look into the world and in the story about wrong and right. There's no agreement. So it isn't there. It's just a way of thinking. It's what's going on. It's just what happens, and that's it. And that's just a description. It's nothing more than that. It's not saying how to do it or how to live, or I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. It's life happening in a certain way. It seems like that, and there can be abstractions and words, thoughts about it. That what's happening is already complete. So that's life in energy. It's energy, life. It's love. It's also love. Life is unconditional love. It's freedom. It's going everywhere without any reason, without any purpose. It's just like that. It's everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be closing the computer and walking to the street. That's everything. That's it. Finished. And trying to change, then there seems to be thoughts like that. Then that's life. That's the unconditional love, trying to change. So it's everything. It's not that not and that is good and that is not good. No, it's everything. That's the joy. It can't be wrong. There's nothing wrong, or it can't be right either. It's just what's happening. And it's very tiny. It can be very tiny, like walking or moving a hand or a feeling, sitting. And maybe there's feeling like I'm sitting, then that's what's going on. That's what's happening. It doesn't matter. Nothing is not it. There's no escape from that unconditional love. There is no escape. It is everything. You can't look for it because it's already everything. It's already it. It's already unconditional love. That moving of the hands or the nodding of the head, that's unconditional love. Moving. There's no escape. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.